Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Moyna Bass Fishers. I am Jim Moyna, professional bass fisherman. Okay, we are in my home state of Minnesota, just messing around today. I'm on a north central lake. It'd be classified as a mesotrophic lake. It's got kind of a marginal smallmouth population, but that's what we're going to target, at least to start with. We might switch to largemouth eventually, but you know, I've been wanting to try these dice here back home in Minnesota. These would be these types of baits. They call them dice. These are homemade ones. I just made a video yesterday that I uploaded onto my channel that shows how to make these. It's kind of a tedious process, but you can watch that video and see what you think. So we're gonna be trying those, and then my old standby. This is what I catch a lot of my fish here. Late fall is on a football jig. This is a 1/2 ounce all-terrain tackle football jig. That's a Billy Rub Baits Rumble Craw on there in the smaller size. So that's kind of been my staple. But you know, we're gonna have it tied up. But I just want to try these other baits. The other thing I'm gonna have, and by the way, I'll be fishing this dice on this drop shot right here. I don't know, right now I got about a 20-inch leader, maybe 21 inches, something like that. So yeah, so let's just grab one of these homemade dice and gonna thread it on there like so. So that's what I'm going to be primarily going to be starting with. And these fish aren't that pressured, so actually they could probably hit any number of a dozen different types of baits out here today. Another bait I got rigged up is this Ned rig on a all-terrain tackle Hail Mary jig head in 3:30 seconds. And then I'm going to have this tied up. This is a drop shot with just a bare rumble craw, so we'll probably throw that. The football jig, even though the football jig's my staple, that'll probably be the last thing I throw out there because I just want to experiment with these other baits, just for experimental purposes, right? These dice, I never used these dice until Lake Mojave 2 weeks ago. So, and I made these dice especially for that tournament. But let's just see how they work here. These, like I said, these fish aren't that pressured, so they'll probably bite anything. Well, not anything, but you know, a half a dozen different things that are within the realm of what they want. So yeah, let's get set up here and see what happens. Okay, I've got the boat situated. Got some rods lined up, and I am up on a piece of structure that normally I'm very familiar with this lake, and this usually has some smallmouth on it here. So we're going to start out by just kind of looking around with the active target. There it is. So as you can see, this is the bottom here is 36 feet, 25's right there, so we're a little over 25 right now. I have it kind of zoomed in, so the top of the screen is 10 feet below the surface, okay? And this time of year, these fish do not suspend, so I'm not worried about that upper 10 feet. So now I'm kind of rotating the head of the trolling motor around, just scanning a little bit. Like this could be a rock there. These fish don't move a whole lot, and they're really stuck to the bottom. So a lot of cases I'm looking for little bumps on the bottom, but you don't know if they're a rock bump or a fish bump. So like that right there, they didn't really do much, so it could just be rock right there. But that's what I'll be casting at, what I'm looking for. There aren't a whole lot of great big boulders in this lake, so you're not necessarily looking for that type of thing like you would on Leech Lake or Mille Lacs Lake, that type of lake. These are smaller rocks for the most part. So anyways, when something exciting happens, we'll get back to this. Okay, I've located a couple bass here on the Lowrance active target, but they're not biting. There were 3 of them. At one point I saw 3 of them, but they didn't really want much to do with what was going on here. So let me see if we can't show you on the active target what I'm looking at. Okay, so these little bumps right here, I believe, are the fish right now. They did come off the bottom, so they clearly separated. And of course, they're swimming along. That might be one. That could be one right there, maybe. Or is that a rock? Not really sure. That might be a rock. But there was 3 fish right up in that area. They came off the bottom. See, when they're stuck to the bottom, it's really hard to pick them up on the active target. So, but if they come off the bottom a foot or 2, ooh, right. I'm kind of looking at this right in here right now. That almost seems like that could be a fish, maybe. Anyways, that's what we got. And I don't know. We'll start catching them sooner or later. Over. Those could have been walleyes too, by the way. I don't think so, but could have been. All right, we hooked up on a fish, but it was not on a dice. I threw the dice up there. I felt like a nibble, but then nothing. Then I threw the dice up there a couple more times, and nothing. And I could see it there. I could see the fish there on the active target. And then I threw up this rumble craw up there, this drop shot, and connected. So there he is, about a 2-pounder. That was on this rumble craw. And these are the exact baits I was using on Lake Mojave 2 weeks ago for the US Open down there. All right, now that's on a short leader. Now that's a big difference because on the dice, I got a long leader. So I don't know if that matters or not, but it is a short leader I'm using right here. All right. Get back over there. I kind of drifted off the spot a little bit, but there were like 2 or 3 of them hanging out around this one rock down there. But let's stick to the original plan. Let's go back to the dice, see what happens, if anything, on the dice. All right, we're hooked up again. It's probably about 5 or 6 minutes later since the last one. And this is a fish on the dice. It's a small one. That there's about 1.25 pounds. All right, there's a rock over there. Maybe there's another one sitting by it. It's a different rock than the last one. Let's keep the camera rolling here for a minute. All right, doesn't look like much is going to happen on that cast. You never know. Sometimes they're so stuck to the bottom you don't see them at all. But all right, there's another one. About another 3 casts later on the dice. This one's not even a pound. Little tiny fella. That's half expecting to see a yellow perch when when that one came up. So anyways, there's some kind of juicy rocks right here. Really juicy. So let's keep the camera rolling here. I bet I can catch one with the camera on for once. All right, we just hit bottom. And there are some real juicy rocks right in there for this lake. As I mentioned earlier, there's not like a whole lot of giant boulders like you would find on Mille Lacs or Leech or something like that. There might be one on there right now. No. That's got to be one right there. Yep. Dice again. That spot lock in there. Another small one. Well, not that small. This one might be 2 pounds. 1 3/4. There we go. That's almost 2 pounds. Might be 2 pounds. There we go. All right, I'll show you what I'm throwing at on the active target. All right, so these are the rocks right over here. Now I got it on spot lock, so the motor's kind of pivoting back and forth a little bit. So this is where I've caught the last couple of fish. It's right in this range. And as you can see, you can't really see if there's a fish in there or not, because they could be just buried right in there. So anyways, we'll make a few more casts in there, see what happens. Right there. Now that last fish I caught, I didn't see him on the graph. He just bit. Just glued to the bottom. There's one. Oh. He was on there and he let go. There he's on there again. So, all right, we got the dice working. Got the dice working. This might be big fish of the day so far, maybe, if I get him in. It's fighting a little harder. Yeah, he's low. I mean, it's not a huge one, but this might be a 2.5 pounder. So I got 6 pound test. That's what I was using at Lake Mojave. so I can't really horse these fish. Water temperature, by the way, is 53 degrees. That's still a great temperature for fall fishing for me. But when it gets down there around below, around 42 or less, man, that's when I start having trouble. Come on, girl. That might even be a 3-pounder. Probably a 3-pounder. Maybe even a little more, I don't know. Cool. Yay. God, I love this. You know, oh shoot, I didn't, where's my spot lock? So I wasn't gonna go fishing today until I woke up and saw what the conditions were like outside. It was overcast, it wasn't very windy. Temperatures were still, air temperatures were in the mid-50s. And I know it's going to chill down the next couple of days. So I'm like, gosh, you know what? Let's screw the chores I got to do and the work I got to do. Screw that. I'm going fishing. So this was not on the plan. As of last night, this was not on the agenda, but here we are. Okay. Well, dang it, I lost my juicy rocks. Must be it right over there. All right, I just got to troll forward a little bit. All right, well, we'll just pause this for now. When I reeled in that last one, the wind blew me off the spot. I didn't hit the spot lock. So now I can't find those rocks, but we'll get back on a rock of some kind. All right, literally, it's only like a minute later. I found a rock. Well, I found two fish sitting up there. And oh shoot, there he was. Dang it. Well, there he is. All right. Very cool. Yeah, that camera wasn't off more than 2 minutes. So I saw one sitting off the bottom. He come up off the bottom a little bit. I'm like, hey. Whereas the last couple of fish I caught, I could not see him. So I saw this one, and then I saw another one. As I made my cast, I saw another one come up off the bottom. So I felt like I was going to be in business. And we are in business. Another smaller one. By smaller, this one's about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. Yeah, that's 1.5 pounds. Well, yeah, it's big enough. It's almost 2 pounds. Yeah. Oh yeah, heck yeah. It's over 2. That's like a 2.5 pounder maybe. There's that one. By the way, that's a half ounce tungsten drop shot sinker I'm using. Another thing I like to do is, depending on the bait, but sometimes I need to put a swivel in there to keep my line from twisting. So that's what I got going there. And I really don't think that detracts from getting bites. Okay, my dice just fell off of there. Dang it, where'd it go? Huh. Did it fall in the fish's mouth and I don't know where it went. All right, well, let me re-rig up another one. All right. I just noticed the camera's back on. I didn't turn it on. Somehow it's on. But I found my dice on the floor there. I got my spawn lock still on. The fish was over there at about 11 o'clock. The one that I just caught. All right, there's another one over there. He's on there, I think. Oh, no, shit. Shoot. Sorry. Something's got to be on there now. All right, we got one that's pulling pretty good here. This could be the big one of the day. We'll see. Still got my spot lock on, so there he is. Yeah, I like that one. Well, I like them all. But I like this one a lot. Ah, it's like another 3-pounder. Here. This one. There she is. Oh, man, it's so nice. So nice. All right, I didn't see any fish over there, but I threw over in the same spot and didn't really see a fish or nothing, but see what happens. This is a north wind we got going right here. It's picking up. So the fish's dice, when I'm just dragging it along. Oh, is that one there? Oh. I think that was one right there. Something was biting on it. Not anymore. Bait's really close to the boat right now. throw it back out there to the same spot. Well, so I'm just dragging a little. I drag it about 6, 7, 8 inches, and then I let it stop. Then I wait for the nibble. Which isn't coming right now. All right, well, we'll turn this thing off, and we'll resume it when I hook up on another one, which the action's been pretty good. I mean, I'm not going too long between bites out here. All right, I'll let you guys take a break from this monotony of me just dragging a drop shot along. All right, we're about 10 minutes later, and I seen a few fish out there, couldn't get him to bite, and then finally this one just came out of nowhere. I didn't see this one, he just bit. On the dice again. Now today's like perfect fishing conditions. So like I said earlier in the video, I mean, yeah, I am catching them on this dice, but it's probably, you know, a dozen different types of plastics you can throw on there and catch them. Or a football jig. Football jig's been my staple this time of year. There he is, on board. 1 3/4 pounder. Be free. All right. That was from right over there. Boy, the wind's picked up a little bit. It's not bad, but it is blowing a little harder now than when we first started. I mean, when we first got out here, it was like 3 miles an hour. Now it's getting close to 10, probably. So yeah, so anyways, just keep fishing along here. Hopefully catch them. Here, I'll show you what the active target looks like where I caught that one. Pretty good rocky area. So yeah, oh, there was a fish right there. Right there's a fish. See him? See that fish? Oh, that might be another one back behind there. All right, I'm setting this phone down and catching that fish. Oops, you guys are probably looking at the sky right now, but let me get a bait on that guy. All right, I just cast out there. Oh, you guys are looking at the carpet. No, that will not be edited out of the film. Oh, he's right at, there's one right under the trolling motor. Dang, now he's back here. He's under the boat now. He's on the move. So maybe he'll find it over here. So I'm basically fishing under the back deck of the boat right now. which when it's sunny out, a lot of times they will just gravitate towards the shade of the boat. A lot of times. I even saw that on Sam Rayburn once with spotted bass and largemouth. It was a calm, sunny day, and I was out in deeper water and on Sam Rayburn. Man, they, for whatever reason, they were drawn to the shade of the boat out there off of that drop off out there. I think for 2 hours I caught fish steadily. They weren't big ones, but steadily caught fish for like 2 hours. All right. All right, we'll cut the chase on this one. Come back when things happen. All right, here we are again about 10 minutes later, and the dice has scored again. This one is maybe, and I didn't see this one. I mean, they can suck right on the bottom to where you don't see them. Especially when you get in around those rocks. But this is how this went down. I actually saw like 3 of them like straight ahead of the boat. So I just started reeling this thing fast, and all of a sudden, and it was on there as soon as I started reeling. This is a nice one. Here. Yeah, that's a good one. Close to 4 there. It might even be a 4-pounder. I don't weigh them. Like, why bother weighing them? I guess I'd weigh, if I had a really big one, I might weigh it. Except not today because I don't have a scale on the boat. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'm making a mistake because when I hook up, I come back here, turn the camera on, and I forget to hit the spot lock. We didn't drift too far, but all right, that might be one right over there. Yeah, there's something happening right on the bottom there. It's hard to tell because it's right blended into the bottom, but there might be something going on. All right, doesn't look like much is happening there. Boy, the wind, I mean, literally the wind has slacked off again a little bit. Hopefully it stays like this. All right. Okay, we're about 15 minutes later, and I've just been moving down this break line here. Not much, not seen much, not a whole lot of rock till now. This is a smaller one though. But what was interesting about this one was I seen him swim over to it on the Lawrence Active Target. He's about 1.5 pounds. And nothing. And then I thought I felt a little nibble, and then I pulled back and nothing. And So then I pulled it some more, nothing, pulled a little more, nothing. Then I just started shaking the rod tip in place. And then I felt him grab it when it was just shaking it. So that's how I got that one to bite. Anyhow, you know, this will be the last fishing action. I'll probably, at the end of the day, I'll probably turn this on and kind of give you a wrap up. But this is kind of what I'm doing. The dice seems to be working, and also I'm not losing any fish, which at Lake Mojave, that was a big problem with these dice. So that's going well. But yeah, I'll just kind of wrap this up later, but tell you how many more fish I caught and so on. But anyways, I think you got the idea of what I'm doing out here. So that'll be it for now. Over. All right. Hey. All right, so I'm done for today. And it was really, things really changed on me. I don't know what happened, but I only caught like 4 or 5 more fish in the last, like 2.5, 3 hours. I've seen a lot of fish on the Lowrance active target, and I saw them swim over to my baits, and they just went eat it. It was really weird. It was like I was fishing pressured fish all of a sudden. So I don't know if the first spot I went to just hadn't seen any pressure, and then the next couple of places I went to have been seeing pressure, but I don't know. There ain't a whole lot of pressure out here, for sure not today. I mean, nobody's been out today, so I don't really understand it. I threw some of the other baits too, and they wouldn't bite those either. So it was just kind of a weird, just kind of weird. And I wouldn't expect it because we got plenty, I don't know, unless if it got too heavy overcast. I mean, but man, I've caught them under these conditions before. So I don't know. I don't know what happened out there. There was a lot of fish that didn't get caught today that were out there. I mean, I've seen quite a few fish, and I don't get it. But anyways, they did hit that dice for a while there. So, but fishing by yourself, you don't really know if you got the best thing going or not, because you really never know unless you got somebody else with you and they're throwing one thing, you're throwing something else, and one person's catching them, the other guy's not. So anyhow, it was a nice day to get out here. Good excuse not to do some yard work and some other kind of work, and but yeah, we're gonna load her up, and that's about all I got to say about this one for today. Thanks for watching. Over and out.